Welcome to the Wake Up with Joy show. I'm your host, Joy Anderson, and today we're going to tell you how to quit your daycare and also how to make up to $50,000 a month. What? Is that exciting to you? I'm super excited for you to learn more about that. We're going to learn all about how Valerie David was working 12 to 16-hour days in her daycare, how she shut it down, how she changed the hours, how she changed the children that she's going to be serving, how she started an online preschool, how she is absolutely transformed her life, how she is able to have over 1,000 students in her online preschool over the past 2 years, make over $500,000 over the past 2 years in just an online preschool. Guess what, though? She's not the only one doing it. And in fact, you can do it too. Today, we're going to just dive into that as well as discuss what are the differences between daycare and preschool. Because a lot of people get super confused, like, hey, Joy, how's your daycare going? And I'm like, daycare is literally like nails on a chalkboard to me. I hate that word. And so I want to very clearly distinguish between daycare and preschool. So that's what we're going to do today. 9 ways that daycare is different than preschool as well. So first, let's dive right into our story. Valerie David, when she found me, she was in a world of hurt. She was working 12 to 16-hour days in her daycare. It was a home daycare. But as you can imagine, a home-based business, a lot of times you're not able to leave work behind, right? You can't just leave the job and shut the door. Nope, it's everywhere around you all the time. And in fact, her hours had gotten so extended just to be able to serve all the people in her area, as well as all of the work that she had to do after the daycare kiddos left. So she was absolutely exhausted. She came to me trying to find another solution. And that was about 3 years ago is that when I found Valerie, and her very first thing she did was she changed her whole daycare model into a preschool only model, took children ages 3 to 5, not all ages, not babies, and she shortened her hours. We're going to teach you how to do part-time hours as well in a local preschool. So that's the very first thing she did. And holy cow, it was amazing for her. She cut the long hours where she was hardly making anything. She brought it down to just 16 students. She has 2 assistant teachers, and she makes over $7,200 a month in her local preschool. Thankfully, though, she cut all of those nasty hours. That's the biggest thing for her. But here's what happened. The next year, she thought, you know what? This is going pretty well. I wonder, what if I do an online preschool, right? Instead of just doing local. And by the way, hashtag local if you're interested in doing a local preschool, hashtag online if you're interested in doing online, let me know. And what we have here is she's like, local's going great, right? Awesome. It's going awesome. But I really want to do something more. She has this passion inside of her to teach and serve all these children, but she could only serve the children locally. She wanted to reach worldwide and be able to share her beautiful preschool teaching to children everywhere. So she said, I want to start an online preschool. She joined my free challenge 2 years ago. It's a free 7-day challenge. I'm going to tell you all about it, so stay tuned. She joined that free challenge 2 years ago, and let me just tell you, her life will never be the same after she joined that challenge. Hashtag challenge if you've been in one of my challenges in the past, okay? So when she joined the challenge, she had shut down the daycare. She only had the local preschool, and she's like, let's go all in on an online preschool now. Still going to run the local because she loves that. She loves serving children in her area, but she wanted to add the online. So she's like, hey, Joy, how do I do this? I walked her through the steps in our free 7-day challenge, which is coming up October 17th. And she dove right in. She did the tasks. It was very easy. Every single day she watched the video, she did the tasks. And then guess what happened? After she put her founding family script out there, she signed up 8 students in her online preschool within a day or two. Okay, now that's first off phenomenal for somebody who is brand new to an online preschool concept. Signing up 8 students after a week of like, I don't have an online preschool, and 1 week later you have 8 students signed up. Amazing, but the story gets better. In 2 months, after she joined Preschool All Stars and used all the strategies that she has inside of our Preschool in a Box, and everything else. Guess what? In 2 months, she got 96 students. What? She went from 8 students online, and just 2 months later, brand new online preschool, she had 20, no, I'm sorry, gotta get my numbers right. 96 students in just 2 months. What? Now, here's where Valerie's story takes a turn. And I love sharing Valerie's story because it is the epitome of life is not just perfect all the time. And our All Stars know that when we join Preschool All Stars, we make sure that we're in it to win it. We're in it for the long term. We don't, I mean, it's awesome that people find super success really quickly, and they do. But some of us don't find success quickly. Some of us, it takes a little bit of time. Others find success quickly, or it takes a long time, and then they go through difficulties and struggles because that's life, right? I mean, come on, this is a business that you're building. And personally, I would rather build a business that's going to sustain me for 10 years and it's going to take a little bit of time to get it there than to just do a quick, what do they call them? Like overnight successes. Because guess what? When you have an overnight success, sometimes you personally aren't prepared to run that business. And so in Preschool All Stars, which opens up soon, it's been closed for 6 months. It'll open up at the end of the challenge. In Preschool All Stars, we remind you that this is an everyday build your business occurrence. It's about consistency. So let me tell you Valerie's story. Let me continue. Not only was she, 3 years ago working 12 to 16-hour days in her daycare, she shut it down once she found me and created a preschool only program for just ages 3 to 5, as well as making more money and not working all those crazy hours. We're going to teach you the 9 different ways that preschool is different than daycare at the end of this story. So she did that 3 years ago. Then 2 years ago, started her online preschool, got 8 students immediately within that first week of starting her online preschool. Then 2 months later, she had 96, but I told you it's taking a turn coming up. So get this, that was in the fall that she got those students. And then by January, she had her 96, but come springtime, everything changed. In springtime, she went down to 0. She lost all of her students. Can you even imagine? Being at the peak of your online preschool success, 96 students, serving children everywhere, money rolling in. And then all of a sudden, kids go through summer break, they go back to school, they do all these things, schools were opening back up then. And she went down to 0 students. Now you can imagine if you put yourself in her shoes, you can imagine that would be a prime time to say, you know what, had some fun, got some money, but I don't want to do this again, right? Like, wow, starting from scratch again. Oh man, that would be super hard, right? You could put yourself in her shoes and be like, how do you recover from that? And was it me? Did I do something wrong? Like, how did I go from 96 to 0? Like, what is wrong? And a lot of us women would actually internalize that and say, what's wrong with me? Am I not a good enough teacher? Am I not, putting myself out there the way that I should? Like, what is wrong with me? But she didn't do that, because as All Stars know, we make sure that we're in it to win it. We're in for consistency. And every day, guess what she did? She acted as if she had a full preschool. She went live on her Facebook page. She did a recorded class, and she kept recording classes as if she had students. She didn't give up. She said, this is important, and it's important enough to keep going with it, even when the times get hard. Okay. Let's remember that one there. Hashtag grit, Grit, grit. I love grit. It's the thing that will make you stick to what you're doing because it's worth it, right? You want the compelling future. You want what's out there. You want to have the time back with your family, right? You want to own your time. You want to stop having a boss and having him tell you when you're supposed to be at work, what you're supposed to be doing, when you can leave, stop giving you overtime, all those things, right? You want to be in charge. And being able to be present with your family when you're actually with them instead of stressed out, overworked, all those things. She'd been there. She had that experience in her daycare. She knew that she didn't want that anymore. So she came back and she's like, all right, let's do this. And so every single day she'd post those recorded videos and she'd keep marketing as if she had a full class. And guess what happened? One student enrolled, then 2, then 3, then 10, then 20. And she kept increasing her enrollment. Now get this, okay? So remember how she, at the peak of that first year, had 96 students. Well, then she went back to 0. And at the peak of her second year, she had 138 students. What? How awesome is that? She was making $35,000 a month with her online preschool. Can you even imagine? I mean, this isn't like a local preschool where there's lots of overhead. This is an online preschool where there's little overhead because there's no building, there's no teachers to staff, there's no materials that you have to, have a huge area of lots of materials. Holy cow, right? Pocketing a lot of that money, right? High profit in online preschool for sure. Now, before you say, oh, this girl's got it, she, obviously the reason why she was so successful to turn her daycare into a local preschool, to start an online preschool and, have hundreds of students so quickly, the reason she must be successful, Joy, is because she must have a degree in education. She must have like an ECE degree, right? Early childhood education degree, right, Joy? Right? No, friends. Valerie has a high school diploma. That's it. Yes, I said that. Valerie has a high school diploma, yet she still has a successful local preschool. She still has a ridiculously successful online preschool. You don't have to have a degree either. That's right. I've been teaching women for 13 years now how to start preschools. I didn't have a degree in education or ECE, or business or marketing. My degree is in English. Am I going to be teaching preschoolers like Shakespeare? I don't think so. You don't need a degree. You don't need any degree. Okay. I will teach you how to create a successful preschool without a degree. Hashtag no degree. All right. You probably are thinking, oh, Joy, the reason Valerie is so successful is because she's just had years upon years of teaching preschool in a classroom. And she knows how to teach preschool like ridiculously, right? Nope. Valerie just had a daycare before. Okay. And before that, she didn't have experience teaching preschool. So you don't need experience either. Before I started my preschool 13 years ago that taught over 1,000 students and made over $1.75 million, I didn't have any experience teaching in a preschool classroom either. I just had experience teaching my own kids, like, hey, let's have some fun. Let's do some arts and crafts, right? So we teach you how to also how to teach preschool, right? We teach you everything, the business side, the curriculum, the marketing, everything. We teach you it all. Hashtag no experience needed. All right. So Valerie was doing phenomenal. She's up to 138 students, right? Crushing it. Yeah. But guess what? Then the spring hit again. And what do you think happened again to Valerie? She went back down to 0 students in the spring. Now, this is the second time this happened. So you can imagine she's like, okay, do I really want to keep doing this? Do I really want to go from 0 and build it back up again? And she said, you know what? This is worth it. Because not only is it providing extra time in for her family that she can go take out. She got the coolest online preschool, guys. She travels America and she does preschool classes in different areas of America. She'll go walk the trails of Yosemite and take pictures along the way with her cute little hedgehog it's a cute marketing prop, by the way. We'll teach you all about that. But she takes preschool classes along the way. Like she films herself doing it along the way and takes people along on her adventures. So she's living her life. She's loving the experience of, finally doing what she actually wants to do, which is travel. And it's being completely funded by her online preschool. So more time with her family, more time to do her hobbies, more centering and just being at peace with where she's at in life. So when she was back at 0 students for the second year, she had to decide, should I do this again? And like I said, she said, it's worth it. I want to keep living this life. I want to keep building my financial freedom. Building security is what she continued to build, right? Hashtag security. If you want some financial security in your life, especially in these difficult times, right? So people thinking, oh my gosh, local preschool, online preschool, it must just be hurting right now because everything is hurting right now in the economy. Nope. Our preschool owners are thriving. Let me tell you what Valerie did. She doubled down and she started going out on these little hikes with her little hedgehog on her shoulder. She would take little selfies. Okay, here she is. Her little hedgehog's on the shoulder. I need a hedgehog. Valerie, let's chat. Okay, little on the shoulder. And she'd take little selfies as she was going around her hikes. Guess who she saw on the hikes? Other families with children. And they said, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Like, this is a cute little hedgehog. And she'd say, oh, let me tell you about, my little hedgehog friend. We go on preschool adventures together. Here's a card. I'd love to tell you more in our online preschool for little Susie over here. And she just started having conversations. And she went on all these hikes. And she met friends all along the way with her little hedgehog on her shoulder. And I want to say his name's Harry, but I could be wrong. Valerie. I got to double down on that one. And passing out these little cards along the way. And soon enough, she got 1 student enrolled, and 2, and 5, and 10, and 100. Holy cow, Valerie is crushing it right now. She has hundreds of students enrolled in her online preschool right now. She makes over $50,000 a month in her online preschool. In the past 2 years, since she started our free 7-day challenge, she has made over $500,000 in her online preschool alone. $500,000 in 2 years. Hashtag want that if you want that in your life, right? Come on, no degree, no experience. She just followed our teachings that we taught her step by step. And she didn't give up. Yes, things are going to go wrong in your life. Yes, things are going to happen. I'm not going to tell you this is a super simple, like no problem ever kind of business, because guess what? I'd be lying to you, right? This is a business. It requires hard work, but you don't have to do it alone, and you don't have to figure it out on your own either. So here's what we're going to do, my friends. There we go. Jamie wants that. I love that. Hashtag want that. Love it, love it, love it. Henry's his name. Thank you, Jelly. That's awesome. Neat just got her first student a couple weeks ago. Rock on. Okay, friends, I am going to remind you, our free challenge is coming up on October 17th. I'd love for you to enroll. It's free. It starts on October 17th. It's 7 days, and I will help you to sign up your first or your next 7 students in just 7 days. Now, here's why this is killer to jump in. And let me really quickly post. I'm not sure if I could do this. Can I do a comment here? Preschoolchallenge.com. Let's see if it posts. Possibly. There we go. Okay, go sign up right there. It's free. Here's why this is killer. For 6 months, Preschool All-Stars has been closed. That means that I am not around for 6 months, except for in the All-Stars community. If you want my help, the woman who's, created over 5,000 successful preschools across the world, the woman who's built her own preschool to over 1,000 students and made over $1.75 million, the woman who's helping literally create millionaires in our community, like Valerie and Anita and Rita, then you need to be in our free challenge, because that is where I will be for the next 3 weeks, but especially during that free challenge week. And that's where hundreds of our preschool all-stars are coming over as well to serve you. We've done this challenge. I believe this will be our 5th time. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is our 5th time. And every single time, it just blows my mind how much support our all-stars give, how much support our team gives, how much support you will feel having us right beside you as you walk through these very simple steps. Still requires effort, yes, because it's a business that we're building, but we've simplified everything for you. And sometimes when you're starting a business, guess what happens? You get in your head and you get like, oh, but I don't know if I'm good enough, right? I mean, imagine Valerie in those times saying, I don't know if I'm good enough to be able to change a daycare that's been working for me, but not really, because it's 12 to 16-hour days. Turn it into a preschool. It's a completely different model. Or to start a brand new online preschool, right? Like, how do I even do that? I've never taught preschool before. I don't have a degree. Like, whatever is going on in your head right now, all I need you to know is we've got you. We've walked thousands of women through this challenge, and it is the most amazing thing seeing women overcome their limiting beliefs through these days. Realize that, yes, I am enough. What I have to offer the world is more than enough. And we just light this fire inside of you, right? So I can't wait for you to join us in our free challenge on October 17th. Make sure you sign up right below. Hashtag registered if you are registered. All right. Okay. So it's preschoolchallenge.com. In case you can't see the link somewhere, preschoolchallenge.com, that's where you go to register for free. Let's now dive down into the 9 differences between daycare and preschool. Because when Valerie was living that life of having a successful daycare, and I put that in quotation marks because, friends, we all know that's not real success. When even though you might be making a bunch of money in a daycare, if your life is literally 12 to 16-hour days of working, and what does that leave you at the end? Like, you still, like, when the daycare kid, when you wake up, daycare kids arrive, and you've got all day with them, and your own kids are like, trying to beg and vie for your time. And then they go home. What do you still have to do? You still have to cook food for your family for dinner. You still have to spend time with your family and still remind them that you're, their mom and their wife. You still have to think about time for yourself. I mean, gosh, I bet that's probably going by the wayside, right? Like, there's still so many things. What about extracurriculars for your kids? What about the work that you have to do for the daycare? Like, it's just never ending, right? So when Valerie came to me and said, hey, this isn't working, but I want to figure out how to do a preschool, she was a little bit confused on what is the difference between daycare and preschool. So let's dive down. Hashtag 9 ways. We're going to teach you 9 ways right now that daycare is different than preschool. So number 1 is the shorter hours. Now, daycares are open generally at least 12 hours a day, usually a 6 a.m. to a 6 p.m. But sometimes you find yourself stretching those hours because this person needs to drop off at 5 a.m. and pick up at 5 p.m. Or this person needs to drop off at 7 a.m. and pick up at 7 p.m. And all of a sudden, even 12 hours turns into 14, and it keeps stretching because you're like, oh, but I need money. So yes, I'll take your child, even though I hate the hours, right? So yuck. I knew that when I was a single mom of 3 kiddos, this was back in 2008, I had to figure out how to create income for them quickly. Like, overnight, I had to figure this out because we had a mortgage due in 30 days and I had just become a single mama. And I did not want to put my kids in daycare, right? I mean, they needed me. I didn't want to go get a job. I didn't want to start a daycare either, though. And this is my main reason why I didn't want to start the daycare was because of the hours. Like, my kiddos needed me more than ever, especially going through that period. And I know your kiddos need you as well. Having to, give of yourself to everybody leaves very little for your own children. How could I figure it out? I was wondering, like, how can I make an experience where I can play with my kids, maybe even teach other kids and make money at the same time? And that's when I came across the idea of starting a preschool where we do short hours. So number 1 is the shorter hours. Instead of doing 12-hour days, we just do 2.5-hour preschool classes. Let me quickly show you what that would look like. So on like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, okay, I would have a preschool class of 6 different kiddos. They'd come over to my house, ages 3 to 5. They'd come over, and from Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning from 9 to 11:30, they would come over to my house. We would do all sorts of things, which we'll talk about later in the week, like what would you do during a preschool class? But then they would go home with their parents. These are not parents who work full time and therefore they need daycare. That wouldn't make any sense, would it? No, these are stay-at-home parents who want someone else to educate their kid and get them ready for kindergarten, help them make friends, and just have fun, okay? These are moms who want to invest in their children so they can basically pay once to set their kid up for future success, right? They know that preschool years are the most crucial years for their kiddos to get as much knowledge as possible, social interaction, be able to learn how to follow direction. And if we can implement that during preschool for 2 years, those kiddos are set up for future educational success. So parents pay for it. So whether it's part-time, whether it's stay-at-home parents or part-time working parents, that's who we target, okay? But yeah, so they just come for 2.5 hours, then they leave. Awesome. So that was every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I did that in the morning. Now, then I had lunch with my kids because there were no other kids there. And then in the afternoon from 12 to 2:30, I'd have another group of kiddos come, different kids, 6 different kids every Monday, Wednesday, Friday afternoon. And they'd come for our preschool time, okay? Then they'd go home. So from 9 to 2:30, I had 2 different sets of kids and they only came for 2.5 hours. And I had a break in between without any kids. It was awesome. Now, that was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I needed full-time income. So I also did a Tuesday, Thursday class from 9 to 11:30 in the morning, different group of kids. And again, 12 to 2:30 in the afternoon, different group of kids. So 4 groups of kids, 6 kids each in each class, 24 students, okay? So number 1, shorter hours. And don't worry if you're like, I don't even know where I'd get 24 students. I got you, okay? I started my preschool in 30 days and had 24 students by the end of 30 days. We have people who sign up 48 students in 30 days. Hello, Rita Farina, okay? So yes, it's possible. Next up, now that's local. Yes, we're talking local, okay? We'll talk about online preschool a different time. Don't forget, Wake Up with Joy show every single morning. I can't wait to be here with you every time. Now, if you love the shorter hours, hashtag shorter hours. If you're just like, yep, I want that, right? Or I'm loving that already. Okay. Jelly, his name is Harry. Yay. Awesome. Okay. Next up, structured classes. The second way that daycare is different than preschool is structured classes. Remember daycare hours, 12-hour days? Oh my gosh, what do I even do for 12 hours? I don't even know what to do with my own kids for 12 hours. Like planning that much activity for that length of time without like huge stretches of 4-hour free play. I'm sorry. I love free play and it's super important, but to give myself like, hey, we're just going to play for 4 hours. Come on. Like there's going to be some issues in those 4 hours. Kids don't want to play with the same toys for 4 hours. So structured classes, 2.5 hours. That's it. We do things like they come in and they go right into the circle time. Okay. We go right to circle time. Then they do table time where they work on their fine motor skills. Then we go into centers, which there's your free play. But you know what? That's only like 45 minutes. Okay. I can do that. And I can feel confident to like help them navigate free play for 45 minutes. Then we go outside. Then we do lunch. And then it's time for a closing circle. That's our preschool day, friends. You can do it. We'll teach you how. And that to me was like, I can get behind that because I didn't want these like giant blocks of time where I'm just like, I'm pulling my hair out. I'm not having fun. No, I want to have fun. If this is what I'm doing, I want to have fun while I'm doing it. And this structured time is like so fun. Okay, so hashtag structured or structure if you like the idea of having short time periods to just have fun with kiddos, right? I love that. Okay. Number 3, the target audience. We talked about this briefly in the beginning where, daycares need working parents to fill them, right? Working parents need daycares, but working parents do not need our preschool model. We are not for them. So daycares are not our competition. I don't care how many daycares are on my corner. I don't care if there's a daycare next to me, here, everywhere around me. None of those people would ever go to my preschool. The people that are going to go to our preschool are stay-at-home parents and part-time working parents who just need a couple hours like, hey, I got to do a Facebook Live without my kiddos around, or I got to do some spreadsheets or whatever they do some marketing, while my kiddo goes somewhere else and has fun somewhere else. Okay. So target audience. If you want to have an amazing group of preschool parents that are just like happy, that's your target audience. These are the women who are so excited to have their kiddos like go somewhere else for a couple hours so they can have like mom time and like get some grocery shopping done with just the baby instead of the baby and the 3-year-old, right? Like hashtag happy if you want a happy target audience that you're going to be working every day with, because that's what that is versus daycare crowd. I'm sorry, but a lot of those parents are just overworked and stressed themselves because they work a lot of hours. But these ones are like, hey, I'm super excited to be in your preschool. Like, how fun is this, right? Okay, hashtag happy. I love this. Yes, this is for in-person preschool. Don't worry, we're going to talk more about online preschool in another Wake Up with Joy show. So keep coming back, same time, same place here, and I will be able to walk you through online preschool. We're going to do this every single day this week as we gear up for our free 7-day challenge that comes October 17th. So make sure you sign up. Okay, next, number 4. So first was shorter hours. Second was structured classes. Third was target audience. And the fourth way that preschools are different than daycares are the ages of students. Now, daycare, this is another thing I didn't like about it. When I was a single mom with 3 kiddos at home, my youngest was 2 years old. And I did not want, I think he was turning 3 that year. I did not want the baby stage anymore. Now, for those who take care of babies, hand it down to you. I love it. You guys are amazing to take care of the babies, but I'm sorry, I can't do that. And I know there's a lot of other women out there who are like, I'm done with the baby stage. I don't want to be taking care of babies for 12-hour days. Sorry, someone else can do that. It doesn't have to be you. And so I was so excited to come up with the concept of like, hey, we're not doing babies. We're not doing all ages. We're not doing 8-year-olds or after school kids. We're not doing toddlers. Nope. We're going to do ages 3 to 5 because that's personally like my favorite age. I love the light bulbs that come on in that age group and the fact that you can still have so much guidance to set them up for future success. So the ages difference is 3 to 5. Hashtag 3 to 5 if you would love to be teaching the 3 to 5s only, right? Okay. Now, I probably should number these 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5. The difference between how preschool is different than daycare is the pay rate. Okay. In daycare, some people are like, okay, I'm going to do daycare because this parent is going to pay me like $1,000 a month. So I just need like 2 parents and I'll make $2,000 a month. Oh, snap. I'm sorry. But to get $2,000 a month and have to be watching 2 kids for 12 hours a day, not worth it. Not worth it in my world. So what do parents say? What do daycare owners say at that time? Let me make it worth it. And I'm going to add 3 kids, 4 kids, 6 kids, 12 kids into my home to make me make $12,000 a month. Ooh, then it's worth it. Would you like to make $12,000 a month without working 12-hour days, without having to take care of babies, without having your life completely overrun by the daycare world? Awesome. Good. Start a preschool then, because here's the deal. With preschool, you can make around $72 an hour for local preschool. That's nothing compared to the daycare hours. Okay. When you got 12-hour days, you're working, what is 12 times 5? 60, right? Is that, I'm going to quickly do the math calculator. That's 60 hours. Dang, you're making like nothing per hour when you calculate how many hours you're not only got kids there, but the hours that you're doing afterward just to make, you know, all the admin stuff and the marketing stuff and everything else, right? The prep. Okay, I don't have time for that. I needed, when I was a single mom and needed to provide a full-time income for my kids, I needed to get it done quickly so that we could, you know, I'm going to work, we're going to have fun, I'll make a lot of money, and then I'm going to be done. All right. So now remember, Valerie David, she makes like about $50,000 a month. And guess what? With online preschool, she's not working a lot of hours, is she? Now, the cool thing, and this, I'm going to take a little tangent. The cool thing with online preschool is that it can go exponentially because the time you put in to that 1-hour recorded class or the 30-minute, you know, teaching time or whatever, the time you put in is the time you put in. But all of a sudden you can put in hundreds of students into your pre-recorded classes. And guess what happens? You didn't need to spend more time to teach. You just had to get more students. So your time that you put in is finite, but you can get infinite numbers of students as Valerie has shown. So it's freaking amazing. She has taught in her online preschool as of like 2 months ago, over 1,000 students in her online preschool in just 2 years. How amazing is that? So she's making way more than $72 an hour, but on average, it's about $72 an hour. Okay, let's continue. I don't even know which number we're probably, so hashtag moolah, hashtag money, money, money. So that if you guys want extra money in your bank account, if you want to be able to make more for the time that you're actually working, right? I think we all do that. Okay, here we go. Number 6 way that daycare is different than preschool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6. Okay, 7, 8, 9. Good. Still got 3 more coming up. Number 6, it's so much more fun. I'm sorry, but like the concept of just like being with kids 12 hours a day, it's not fun to me. Is it fun to you? Like, I can't fathom that. Like, I want to have happy times. I want to be like, okay, guys, let's I gotta get a drink. We're gonna have so much fun, right? And in fact, I think I might need to get a drink. Guess what's gonna happen? Stay here. I'll be right back. And I'm back. I'm back. Haha. See how we can do that? Yes, you can disappear on your own Facebook Live. It's totally fine. Okay. So I want to have fun. I want to have people like excited to come over. I want to be excited to be with them. So hashtag fun. If you want to have fun for 2.5 hours, right? I can do that. Yeah. Okay. Number 7, snacks. I love that I didn't have to provide meals. I love that I didn't have to pay for them, make them, deal with them. Only hashtag snacks. Now, the cool thing with snacks, you don't pay for them either. You have your preschool parents bring the snacks. They're the snack helper for the 2-week period. So that kid brings the snacks for 2 weeks and you don't have to pay a dime on snacks. Awesome, right? Hashtag snacks. Number 8, long contracts. You know, with daycare, they're paying you like weekly or monthly, if that. I think it's like weekly, isn't it? Because it varies all the time. No, thank you. We are getting paid every single month for 9 to 10 months contracts. That means that they're enrolled. When they get a spot with me, they're enrolled for 9 to 10 months. And then I have a 2-month summer camp. All right. So I like the long contracts because that protects my budget. It shows me that, hey, for the next 10 months, Joy, you're going to make this much. I love that. Instead of having people coming in and out, and I just lost my job and blah, 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 all these things. And now I don't need the daycare, stuff like that, right? Hashtag security. That is what a long contract provides for you. So number 8 is like security, right? Number 9, and the final reason why daycare is different than preschool is because you can get started now. When you have a daycare that you're trying to build, you need cribs and high chairs and all of the baby stuff, the porta cribs. What do you call these things? All the baby toys, and you need it for all ages, not only the baby age, for the preschool age, the toddler age, for the after school kiddos. You need like a huge gamut of things for the daycare because they're there with you for like 12 hours a day. But with preschool, you can get started immediately. All you need is your living room couch and a living room floor. And I would also suggest a kitchen table. Do you have that? Do you have a living room couch? I bet you do. How about a living room floor? Bet you do. How about a kitchen table? Yes? Then you can get started right now with everything that we teach you in Preschool All-Stars, which is opening October 24th. Stay tuned. We teach you exactly how to do it. In fact, when I started my preschool, I didn't have thousands of dollars to put into materials and furniture. I just had myself and my kiddos and their toys, and we made it work. Okay. So we'll teach you all the little nicks. And of course, yes, you can add to your preschool every year. And yes, with the registration fees that you'll get paid, you can add to your preschool as well, but you can get started right now. So my friends, are you excited? Here's what I'd like you to do. Go to preschoolchallenge.com. I'm going to open this up in every single tab to just make sure that I can add the link everywhere. So give me 1 second while I do this. Okay, so we are doing a free challenge at preschoolchallenge.com. It starts October 17th. So let me type this really quickly here. Register now for free. Starts October 17th. And then I'm going to paste this everywhere and I'm going to tell you all about it. Okay. Perfect. I love this. You guys are so awesome. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to do this every single day at the same time. So at the top of the hour, that's either 12 o'clock Eastern, 11 Central, 10 Mountain, or 9 Pacific. I will be here going live and sharing another woman's story about how she found success after going through our free challenge. So what is the free challenge all about? It's how to help you get how to sign up your first or your next 7 students in just 7 days. Now, some of you are like, but I don't want 7 students in 7 days because I'm not ready to start right now. Yeah. You're like, I am still working full time, or I am teaching, or I have a daycare and I don't think I'm ready to switch yet, or I don't even know if this is the right idea for me. This is right for you. Okay. The reason why it's right for you is because during the 7 days, we walk you through all of that. We tell you how preschool is different than daycare. We show you how it can work for you. We show you how you can use exactly what you have right now, your skills, your own experience. Doesn't need a degree or experience teaching in the classroom. How you can use all those things to start your own preschool. Or if you're not really vibing for the preschool route, guess what? We help women start teaching businesses as well. Like all of our all-stars have also been able to create other successful teaching businesses. So not just a local preschool, not just an online preschool, but also maybe a micro school or a K-12 private school or tutoring, or there's so many other options. Homeschool classes, homeschool groups, also enrichment groups. So many things, and we walk you through that. We just pour into you for the next week, and we don't do this except for 2 times a year. So if you want my personal help, as well as hundreds of our preschool all-stars to support you on your journey, this is the place to be. October 17th, get registered, sign up. It's free, and we can't wait to serve you there. My friends, I'll see you back for Wake Up with Joy at the same time, same place. And then guess what? Tonight, I'm doing a bonus pre-training for our challenge. So come back into my world, because tonight I'm going to do a bonus pre-training. The pre-training tonight will start at, let's see, 9 o'clock Eastern. Okay. So tonight it'll be every day. So we'll either do 12 Eastern in the morning to do our Wake Up with Joy show, or we'll do 9 Eastern in the evening to do our pre-training. And I'm going to be helping you to overcome some of your biggest limiting beliefs tonight. Friends, we'll see you in the challenge. Super excited. Bye, friends.